Friday, the 17th day of October. Words matter and headlines have effects, and that has sure been the case today. Depending on which side and just where you're setting in the market, it could either be good or bad. Taking a look at the grains this morning, be a little positive there perhaps, as there has been a renewed glimmer of hope that just maybe we might trade some beans with China at some point. So we're seeing the grain markets just a touch higher for the week. This morning, however, on the livestock side, not near as rosy of a picture there. And we're just going to kind of leave it at that, and we'll talk about those futures a bit more in a minute. Taking a look at the auction barns around the state today. It's Friday, so of course not a whole lot going on at the auction barns around the state, as most of our business takes place early in the week. Bowling Green, Eastern Missouri Commission Company, they do have a sale today. It is the third week of the month, however, so that'll be a bred cow sale mostly today. Couple of special replacement cow sales this weekend. One actually this evening. Kingsville Livestock Auctions got their monthly replacement cow sale. It'll get kicked off at 5 o'clock. Expecting about 1,000 head there. Springfield Livestock Marketing Center, they'll hold their monthly replacement cow sale Saturday evening at 6 o'clock. And they're expecting about 600 head there. At the auction barns around the state on Thursday, Mid-Missouri Stockyards in Phillipsburg, 611 head. Steers were called 2 to 8 higher, some spots up to 15 higher. Heifers 15 to 25 higher. Wheeler Livestock Auction in Osceola, 682 head. The feeder steers and heifers there were called anywhere from steady to $10 higher, with the market depending a lot upon what was being offered. The weaned, vaccinated, bear quality calves, of course, getting the higher end of the market. New Cambria Livestock Auction, they had 586 head compared to 2 weeks ago. Higher undertones were noted there. Mocan Livestock Market in Butler, they had 525 head. No comparisons available on the very light receipts of feeders. The highlight of that auction yesterday include a couple of small dispersals of some 3-in-1 cow-calf pairs. 2 to 8-year-old cows bred back in the second stage. They did have awful big calves at their side, 550-pound average weight on the calves there. Those 3-in-1 pairs sold from $5,400 to $62.25. Box beef cutout values at midday. Choice up 89 cents at $3.67 even. Select up $1.43 at $3.50.36. Those values based on 139 loads of cuts, trimmings, and grinds. The Choice Select spread at $16.64. Negotiated feedlot trade as of the morning report, 26,451 head. In Texas, they turned in 107 head, mostly all at $239 live. Compared to the last trade in that region from 2 weeks ago, that'd be $6 higher. Kansas turned in 534 head. Few live sales, 238 to 240, a few dress sales at 370. Iowa, 13,433 head. Live sales there from 235 to 241, mostly at 240. A few dress sales, very light trade on the dress sales in Iowa. They were anywhere from 370 with a few all the way up to 378. Nebraska turned in 5,573 head. Live sales there, 238 to mostly 240. That'd be $5 to $6 higher than a week ago. Dress sales, 372 to 373. That'd be $9 to $10 higher than a week ago. It'll still take some time till we get this afternoon, or maybe even late this afternoon's trade that finishes up the week, because that 26,000 head, sure not enough trade for the full week, and it'll be interesting to see whether or not those prices can hold, or if prices will get pulled back with what's going on the futures today. Taking a look at those futures markets, live cattle for October down 330, 240.65. December down 565 at 242.22. February 243.30 down 625. October feeder cattle down 757 at 372.10. All the rest of feeder contracts down the $9.25 limit. November at 371.70, January at 369.30. Lean hogs for December down a dime at 82.50, February down a nickel 85.05, April up 7 at 88.92. Finishing off this morning with a little bit of better news on the Board of Trade. A little bit of green across all of the commodities here. Corn at midday, 2 to 2 3/4 cent higher. December at 4.24, March at 4.38 1/4, and May at 4.46 1/4. The first 3 months of the bean contracts all up 7 cents. November at 10.17 3/4, January 10.35 1/2, and March at 10.50 3/4. Wheat contracts are 1 to 2 1/2 higher at midday. December 5.04 1/2, March at 5.20 1/2, May at 5.32. Soybean meal for December up $4.10 a ton at 2.81 even. Soybean oil for December up 9 cents a hundredweight at 50.96. With the Missouri Department of Agriculture, that's your daily market report for Friday. This is Tony Hancock.